Are you looking to become a YouTuber for a hobby or career? Then check out the Logitech HD Pro Webcam C920, complete with 1080p recording for your desktop or laptop. Affiliate link below in the video description. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel, and for those of you who don't follow me on Twitter, I'm going to be a dad come the end of the year, right? So I'm about ready to have my first child. I'm going to find out very soon if it's a boy or a girl. I'm very excited and scared shitless. Oh, am I scared shitless? But the point is, it's happening. So I've been reading up a lot on parenting and what to expect, and talking to family and friends, and as a father-to-be, I came across this particular post on Yahoo the other day, and it just kind of floored me. It floored me because of how utterly ridiculous this is. Now, there's a mom out there, right, who's trying this new unorthodox style of parenting, this new unorthodox way of going about things for relating to her child and teaching her son, in this case, how not to be a rapist, essentially, is what she's basically saying. And she will not pick him up, will not touch him, unless he gives her his consent. Yes, an infant granting consent to his mom when she wants to know if she can pick him up. Yeah, I'm not even making that up. And this post has gone viral on Instagram, and here's what it has to say. Since the moment he was born, we've always asked to pick him up. I always feel for his yes. Why? Because we want him to know that his body is his, and that others' bodies are theirs, and no one gets to make choices about someone else's body. Hashtag lessons in sovereignty. Hashtag born free. Hashtag end rape culture. Side note, if you ever want to hold somebody else's baby, my suggestion is to ask the parent, then ask the kid. It always touches my heart when someone takes a moment to connect with him and says, "Can I hold you, dude?" Now, she's gotten a lot of criticism about this, as you can understand. And she does kind of follow that up in this long post by saying here, some have assumed I'd never touch my baby without his explicit consent. That's not what I'm saying. I love my son. I would never sit back and leave him in harm's way. It's my honor and responsibility to care for him in all the ways a mother would. I also talk to him, ask him questions, and attune to him in the way that I think the majority of mothers do, intuitively. This is the beginning of a lifelong conversation about choice and consent. I believe that when children feel that they have some appropriate choice, it leads to a greater sense of healthy autonomy. I want him to make healthy choices with his body and respect others as well. I am by no means saying people are bad parents for not doing what I do. So long as we're not harming or neglecting our children, to each their own. I am not a perfect parent. I am simply working at being as loving and conscientious as I can be every day. Okay. So she's like, I don't pick up my kid unless he tells me it's okay. But I feel for that yes. I feel for that consent. Did she like sit there and watch like Ghost in the Shell, and she's like, you're Motoko Kusanagi. You're gonna have to grant your consent for this. I mean, that is one of the most asinine things. I was hanging out with my nephew last night. He is like 19 months old, beautiful little kid, great little kid. And we're hanging out last night at my dad's house, and he's running around to everybody. And he's like, everyone, he wanted everyone to pick him up, right? So it's like, did he ask their consent before jumping on their lap or trying to climb on them? No, of course not. He's a fucking 19-month-old. He doesn't understand that shit. This woman and her child, what the hell is going on? You know, because you can sit there and see at the end she tries to deflect. She tries to kind of go pew 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 pew. You know, like no, like no. It's I would never leave my child in harm's way. Sure, I believe that. I do believe that. But what she's doing is not trying to teach her infant consent. She's trying to play up some weird social justice experiment shit. Right? At this point, your child doesn't understand his toe from his thumb. You know, they're learning. They're always growing. They're always evolving. They're always expanding. Their minds are like sponges. They never stop absorbing things. But at this point, they don't understand it. You know, I could sit there and I could be full agreement that she's like, I'm trying to teach my kid how to do sign language so he can better communicate. That's something I'm fully behind. But sitting there and like going over to your kid and going, can I pick you up, Brandon? I'm going to assume his name is Brandon. He looks like a Brandon. Can I pick you up, Brandon? Is that okay? Can mommy pick you up? No? Okay. Well, sit in your own shit then, you little motherfucker. Like, I just imagine that being the response. It's stupid. It's so stupid. Parenting in 2017 is just what the shit. This woman should be more concerned about feeding her child a healthy, nutritious meal, of boob milk, right? Like not overloading him on carbohydrates, you know, prepping how to teach him sign language so then he can communicate better, so he's less fussy, so then he has a higher understanding of what things is that he wants and he learns a lot faster. There are many things you could do to better this child's life. But sitting there and telling your friend, like, no, you have to ask my son's consent before picking him up. How would you know? I mean, the lady's mentality here is the exact same as the woman in San Diego, California that went to the Santa Fe train station and married it in her mind. And then she goes there every day to spend time with the train station, put her hand on it, and mentally fuck it. It's the same fucking mentality. Clearly, no Oedipus shit going on here, but it's the same mindset. It's that same exact take on it. It's like, oh, well, you know, like my son, yeah, he doesn't really know anything, but I'm going to imprint this and implant this on him. You're fucking this kid up for life if you don't stop that shit. So stupid. There's nothing wrong with teaching your child right from wrong. It's going to be a never-ending journey of teaching them right from wrong. They're always going to make mistakes, but if you go into this with this mindset of ending rape culture to an infant, you are putting your fears and your anxiety and your animosity and everything you have on this child at such a young age that it's probably going to damage them for life. Because that is what they're raising. They're going to believe that they're always the bad guy. They're going to believe that they're always the perpetrators of violence and sexual violence and assault. They're going to believe that being born male is a problem. There's something inherently wrong with him. Because growing up, mommy has always said that men are rapists and that you have to garner consent. And in California, it's affirmative consent, which generally the rule of thumb there is every 10 minutes be like, what up, girl? You still good with this? Whatever. Like, that's the mindset that these people are pushing out there. And it's sad. Teach your child right from wrong. Go, does that belong to you? Whether it's an apple, a toy, or a human body? If the answer is no, then you go, fine. You don't fucking touch it. There you go. There you go. You just, damn, I just saved you a whole bunch of grief on the internet. Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, man. Like, I read this kind of stuff and I laugh because I'm like not going to be that parent. You know, I want my kid to have experiences. I want my kid to have a good time. I want my kid to learn. I want my kid to want to learn. But I'm never going to teach my child from birth to when they're old enough to understand things that they're the problem. If I have a male, if I have a boy, I don't know yet. I'm not going to sit there and be like, you're the victim, no, you're the perpetrator of violence. You're what's wrong with the world. Because we see this a lot. And if I have a daughter, I'm not going to sit there and teach her, you're the victim. Everything wrong that happens to you in life is never your fault. You are always the victim because there's always somebody else, the boys, that are doing that to you. I'm never going to teach them that nonsense. Because why would I want my child to grow up in a world thinking that they're not good enough, that they can't value themselves, that they can't stand up for themselves and fight for what they believe in? Why would I sit there and tell my child that they cannot be anything in the world they want to be by stunting their growth, both mentally and emotionally, by trying to pigeonhole them as either being the victim or the perpetrator of the crime? That's a societal problem, and that this woman is completely putting on her child. I'm not going to go as far as call this child abuse because it's clearly not, but there are elements there that are highly concerning. How far will she take this? How far will she take this mentality and this mindset and push it on her child? I mean, this is a situation where I'd like to follow back with this kid in like 25 years just to find out, how you doing? Are you well? You haven't raped anyone, have you? I hope not. You know, like, but then you might come to find out this person is a serial rapist who's living in an insane asylum. You have no fucking idea. And when talking to a psychiatrist, comes back, well, my mom always told me that I was the problem. That mentality carries on. That mentality sticks with you. Once you think you're either a victim or you think you're the perpetrator of a crime that you haven't committed and have no intention of committing, after a while you just start feeling like, fuck it. Like, who cares? I'm already labeled this. I might as well be it. And that comes from really shitty parenting. And that's exactly what this woman is doing to her kid right now. It ain't cute. It is leading him down a path that could righteously fuck up his life. And you could think differently than me. That's totally fine. But I look at something like this and you can just kind of see where it's going. But she doesn't care. Because she #end rape culture on Instagram. Fuck me. Anyway, what do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments below. My name is, of course, Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel. I'd like to know your opinions. They ought to be interesting. Be sure to thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, check back daily for more content. However, this week might be a little bit off. I'll be at VidCon for the rest of the week, so upload schedules are going to be crazy. And I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a fantastic day. And remember, don't be this parent. Peace out.